Hello friends, here with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm playing Cuba Libre. This might well be the last video of the series. These are the cards remaining. Somewhere in between should be the propaganda card, the last one, so we're talking about maybe 12 cards or something like that. And right now, if the propaganda card would show up, I would have won that thing. I have active support in all 3 cities. I got a total support of 20. So I would need a support of 19, but I got a support of 20, which is good enough. But the casinos, the syndicate, they are also very close to win this. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, they don't have 7 open casinos, but only 5. But still, they have a lot of cash. So if there is a serious competitor to my victory, then it is probably the syndicate. Okay, let's do the next card now. So that is Vilma Espin. Raúl's fiancée Vilma Espin Guillas was a talented organizer and recruiter. There is circumstantial evidence that she was involved in the death of 26 July organizer and Castro rival Frank Pais. Fine. Okay. So it's gonna be that one. Raúl's, well, let's see first if there is something special with that card, but I don't think so actually. I think usually, I found that out now, there is this very little halo here, that white circle. And if that's there, then there is a special rule for that card in the non-player flowchart. But I just want to be absolutely sure. Yeah, there's nothing special here. Okay. Raúl's fiancée betrays urban guerrilla. Remove all 26 July pieces from a city other than Havana. Well, that won't happen, because they are not in a city. So that means if there is no effect from an event, we will see instead an operation. So let's see what they do. Okay, so basically they will march. The syndicate would march. First one to each empty economic center. That is not possible, but then if next propaganda card will be final, any with cash where no closed casinos to any closed casinos. So that means these guys will move here. And I think that also means that it is activated. Yeah, that's what happens. This guy is activated. Fine. And then they can do a special activity. Well, by the way, that costs them 1. Profit is not possible, so they might do muscle. An open casino in a 20, that's not the case. Nope. No, that won't happen. Then we might see bribe. Ooh. Well, the Mafia offensive is here. So I think we will possibly see an assassination. No, we won't see the assassination because there was no terror done. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure nothing will happen here. They won't do any special activity. Yep. Okay. And now it's it's 26th July, and they might now do the event. Set Sierra Maestra or an adjacent space to active opposition. Well, that sucks completely. This is horrible. Wait a second, I should have done that anyway first. I made a mistake here. For some reason I thought that the 26th July was not eligible, but this is of course not true. They were first eligible, so that's what would happen anyway. Okay, yeah, that's really bad now. So, it's hard to believe. Let's see, they do this one here, Oriente or Santiago de Cuba. Okay, so this is Santiago de Cuba, and that becomes now active opposition. That's just ridiculous. So I lose 2 points and they win 2 points. That was a very, very, very bad card. So now I'm not... I don't fulfill my victory conditions anymore. Actually, I forgot to roll for this one because this is a passive opposition only. So it makes also sense for them to do this. I mean, it would be, of course, a big advantage for me if they would do that. But I couldn't find something that says this will not be the case. So I will actually roll between these three. Let's hope for the best now. Okay, and I was lucky here. So we have an active support here now and not down here. So that means they only gain 1. And I can keep my 2 points. I was lucky here, I admit that. Okay, so that was the end of that turn. And now it's me again. Rodriguez Leches. Rodriguez Leches, an important leader in the Dictatorio, was not comfortable in the mountains of the Escambray, but preferred the life of an urban guerrilla. Okay, so they will trigger the event first. DR places 1 guerrilla anywhere and free marches to, rallies or ambushes there. Okay, well, let's see if there's something special here. Rodrigo Leches. Yeah, if DR has at least 2 guerrillas available and Havana City has a non-DR piece, place a DR guerrilla there and ambush. Otherwise, choose ops and special activity instead. Okay, so I'm gonna take that guy, and then I'm gonna do an ambush here in Havana. So I'm gonna activate him. Okay, so it says here the ambush priorities first against targeted cash. Target enemies first to take cash, then target government. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to attack this one here, but they give it then to this guy, and they can give the cash to anyone they want in this space, and it will be the same player. They want to keep that if possible. And then you can play another, you can place another guerrilla here in Havana. And that means now that I've lost control over the city. Okay, and then it's me, and I'm gonna pass here. I don't have any money, so I got $3 now. And I'm still eligible. So, next is the 12. Myth-making was an important tool for the 26th July movement, borrowing religious imagery to appeal to the poor and illiterate. The story of the tiny band of guerrillas triumphing against a powerful foe connected with the most disaffected Cubans. Okay. So, 26th July will do the event. Faction-free marches, then free rallies at a march destination. Okay, so let's see here. Well, there's nothing special, so let's follow the guidelines here. All these seas with underground, okay. Well, that's the question. That's not possible because there are everywhere all these seas with underground 26th July guerrillas until 1 on each. Well, I'm not sure. Can they march only once to one destination? No, I think they can march wherever they want and then rally at a single march destination. That's what I think happens. So, let's see. Okay, so I think what they're going to do is they're going to move with 1 here because they want an underground guerrilla in the economic centers. Then 1 government controls space. First with support with guerrillas from all adjacent opposition spaces and oh gosh. Yeah, that would be then one of these two, obviously. Okay. Okay, so let's see where they march. Oriente is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they march to Oriente. And well, I'm pretty sure they will march with all they have. So this is a little complicated now. I think here we see first just enough to take the R control of the highest population city possible. Here it doesn't say that. It says one government control space, first with support, with guerrillas from all adjacent opposition spaces and ECs. Okay, so I assume, that's really weird. We march now with all these guys into Oriente. Except with one, because leave one 26th July guerrilla in each space. Okay. And then we're also gonna take the active guerrilla of this economic center and place it also here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I still got control. And they're all active, now, which is good. Okay. Then one space closer to Havana with largest 26th July group yet to move. That would be then this one here, obviously, and they move then here, and they stay underground because the cube plus the guerrilla doesn't exceed 3. Okay, so that's, from what I see, that was the march action. And now they can do a free rally at a march destination. Well, let's see. Flip underground, where all active 26th July guerrillas, 26th July base and cube. So luckily, because they don't have a base here, they would not flip underground. Although that might be, I'm not even sure if they can really. Yeah, well, they could probably. Yeah. Because of that special card, they could also rally there. Usually they can only rally where there is no support. There is passive support there, but because of that card, they actually could rally there. But in this case, nope. Then place bases where at least 3 26th July guerrillas and room. So in this case, they will place a base here. They remove 2 and place a base here. That was probably not so clever. I think it might have been a better idea to flip them first and then think about the next step, because now I can kill them all. Otherwise it would be really hard to find them here in the forest. But, well, that's at least what the priorities here say. Okay, and then it's the syndicate. And well, let's see what they do. Well, they would rally because they could place a guerrilla here, and there is where there is none, but there are casinos. So syndicate could add guerrilla where casino has none. First place 1 guerrilla per space with any casino and no syndicate guerrillas. Okay, so that's what we do. This one goes here, costs them 1. Then, where any open casino cube and all syndicate guerrillas active, flip guerrillas underground. So that's what happens here, actually. Okay. Which is sad. Okay. And then they could do a profit action, but this is not possible. What about the muscle? An open casino, the 26th July control? No. First to take cash, then 26th July. Well, let's see here. Okay, what actually happens, and I think I might have forgotten that in the last turn, but it is of no consequence here. They will do a bribe action because they share now this space here and also this space here with enemy guerrillas. So let's see where they do it, either here or there. They will only do it once. Okay, they will do it here. And the way it works is, no, wait a second, it says here, then 26th July, so they start with 26th July. So they will do it here. So they pay $3 for this action. It's always $3, and then they can simply remove 2 guerrillas. And because it says here, first 26th July, then the R at open casino, they will do this here at the 26th July space. Okay, so that was the syndicate's action then. And we come to the next card. Escapade. Most of the arms received by the Directorio came by boat from Miami, periodically interdicted by the US and Cuban governments. The most famous shipment came aboard the yacht Escapade. Okay, and they can actually trigger this event. Yacht brings fighters, place a guerrilla and base in either Camagüey province or Oriente. Okay. So it is basically not possible here, and it is also not possible to place a base in Oriente. So that kind of sucks, but they could place a guerrilla in one of these spaces. Let's see what that says here. Well, there's nothing written here. Okay, so I think we simply roll a die here. Yeah, okay. So on a 1, 2, 3, it's Camagüey. Yep, okay. So that's actually all they do. They place a guerrilla here. That wasn't exactly a great action, but well, yeah. That is the AI. Sometimes it would have been better in this case, obviously, to do an operation or so, but because there is an effect, they will trigger the event. Only if there would be absolutely no effect, they would do an operation instead. At least they prevented me from using the other event, the negative. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do an attack action, obviously, for $3. That's all I have. I'm going to pay that, and I'm going to try to free Oriente from this plague. And an assault action, actually. Remove one active guerrilla or base for each troops cube. It's only for the troops cubes. That sucks. Well, okay. At least we can remove 4. That's a start. Okay. And then I can do a special action. I wonder what that should be. Well, it's hard to say. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some transport action. I'm going to take a few troops, place them in Havana, and that gives me back control over Havana. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna place the government control marker here. I wonder if I should take a third one. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna place a third one here, so I'm now, it's a little safer that way. Okay, so that was this card. Next turn. Resistencia Cívica. Okay, the 26th July will trigger the event, but first let's read that. El Movimiento de Resistencia Cívica was an important group opposing Batista, particularly in Havana. Its support for the rural insurgents wavered over the course of the war, but its goals were more in line with the moderate Directorio. In a city, replace all 26 July what? Is that what they're gonna do? I have my doubts here. Let's see. Resistencia Cívica. Well, it seems that's what they're gonna do. I see the halo here above the Directorio, but not here. So I think this is actually what they are going to do. In a city, replace all 26 July pieces with Directorio counterparts. Well, they're probably going to do this one. In a city, replace all Directorio pieces with 26 July counterparts. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so where is that possible? It's only possible in Havana, because that's the only city where they have pieces. Okay, so that was their action. And then we see the syndicate doing an operation. Okay, now the syndicate, they will now do a terror action. They will not rally, because there are no casino spaces without any guerrillas. They will not march because they cannot reach any empty economic centers, and they cannot reach with their cash any closed casinos. They will not construct because there is no government or syndicate controlled space where they could still construct another casino. And that means they will do a terror. And because if government a player ended victory, one space with support. Okay, so that sucks now. Let's hope they do it here in Pinar del Rio and not in Havana, because that would be a real problem then. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we were lucky here. So they're gonna do the terror here. That costs me only 1 support. And again, I was really lucky here. Okay, then they're gonna do a bribe operation here in Las Villas. And they're gonna pay $3 for that. And that allows them to remove 2 Directorio Guerrillas. Okay, so that was then the end of that turn. And let's see, next turn. Fore Homon. So they will trigger this event, and it's number 29. Fore Homon became the leader of the revolutionary Directorate after the death of Echevarria. Homon was successful in keeping the organization active, and the threat it posed probably kept many troops out of the battles in the Sierra Maestra. Homon brought many recruits to the Escambray, but his split with Guterres Menoyo cost the DR one of its best leaders and many of its most seasoned guerrillas. He was also a signatory of the Pact of Miami. So, let's see. What happens here? Students take to the field. DR or 26 July places a base and 2 guerrillas in Las Villas. Okay, so that happens. Obviously, we place 2 guerrillas here and a base. So they get an additional point here. They don't control the area yet, but they're not far from doing so. And now I could, well, basically I can do nothing. I only can pass, gain again $3, and stay eligible for the next turn. Okay, the next one is here, Guantanamo Bay. The American base was a benefit both to the Batista government as a source of air assets and intelligence and to the 26th July movement as a source of hostages for ransom and political leverage. Okay, let's see now. I could trigger the event. Until propaganda, airstrike removes 2 pieces and allowed even if embargoed. Well, I think that's nothing I really want to do, because right now, well, that might not go on for very long, so I think in this case I won't do that. Instead, I guess I do a sweep action in Havana to activate these two suckers here, and maybe I could even... I mean, I got this Rolando Masferrer. I can do a free assault then. That's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna pay $3 and do that sweep action, which allows me then to activate all these guys here. And then I can do an assault. And that gives me... that kills these and also the guerrilla here, and now I will actually gain the 2 cash. So that is cool. Okay, so that was my operation, and then 26th of July does now this insurgent capability, or takes this insurgent capability now. Base personnel targeted. 26th July may kidnap in Sierra Maestra as if city. Okay, well, that's not too bad, I guess. I'm not absolutely sure, but I think I can live with that. Do we have any marker for this? I think we do, huh? What is that? Morgan? Holy moly. Yeah, it's actually this one here. So we can place this here at the insurgent capabilities box. Fine. And then we see another really beautiful card here. Wonderful picture. It says Turismo. And the next card is now our final propaganda card. So, let's see. This is 39. The strong current of anti-Americanism in Cuba was fueled by the number of American tourists who flocked to Cuba. The tourists' appetite for liquor, gambling, wild entertainment, and prostitutes offended the conservative population. Elaborated giveaways to the Cuban population did little to win their support. Okay. So now actually the syndicate can trigger the event here, and police protection for tourists, government and syndicate at each +3 resources per space with open casino and police. Okay, that would be only this space here actually, La Habana. Let's see. I just want to check if this really will happen. Yeah, it seems like they will do this. Okay, so that's 3 for me and $3 for the syndicate. Yeah, these are closed casinos, so this won't happen. And then it's the DR, and they are going to do the last operation now of the game. Okay, so the DR will do a terror action here in Las Villas, because there is active opposition, and it says DR can terror an active space or assassinate government base. So they're going to do this here. So place a second terror marker there. Okay, then this goes to neutral or to passive opposition. So they lose now 2. Finally, at one other assassination target, first a government base, then any player's base, then other. So that means they're going to do another terror here. Actually, they could have done, they could have done it here or there, but it doesn't matter. They're going to do it in both areas now. Oops. And that costs them 2 resources. And this goes then to passive opposition, and he will lose another one here. And then we're going to see an assassination where the R did maximum 1 terror and the R guerrillas greater than police. Target a government base. Okay. So that's what happens. We lose our base here, but right now that doesn't matter anymore because we don't get any points for bases anyway. Okay, so actually the game isn't over yet. We're gonna see this propaganda card happening because in the solo play that's how it ends. You're going to see the last propaganda card, and then the player with the best victory margin, or the faction with the best victory margin, will actually win the game. So let's see how this works now. Okay, let's do the government earnings first. This one will be sabotaged here because the guerrillas exceed the cubes here. So that means we only get $3 from that one because this one is also sabotaged. In addition, we will get the 8, which is a lot. That's 34. So that gives us 37. So that's exactly 40 then. That's a lot of money. Okay. And the following. Insurgent, 26 July, the number of its bases. So they gain $2. Directorio, the number of spaces where it has pieces. 1, 2, 3. Syndicate, population of each city and the econ of each unsabotaged economic center where the syndicate guerrillas outnumber police. Well, that would be here. And I guess this is it. That's 3. Plus twice the number of open casinos. So that's 13 overall for them. So that is the maximum amount of money that they get. The skim, well, okay. Now this is actually under control of the Directorio. They got now, yeah, they got a few. Yeah, definitely. So that means Directorio gains 2 additional points. Oops, damn that. So they're doing not bad. And they gain $2 for that. Because there's an open casino. What? Yeah, 2 resources exactly from these guys to the Directorio. Okay. Okay, then we do the cash. this will go away for 6 resources, or better for 2 resources, because they cannot place another casino there. Here they will actually do this. They will spend the cash to open a casino, and I will spend my 2 cash from Havana to gain 12 bucks, or better 9. Support, okay, so that goes down, but that's no longer important. The 8 goes down to 24, which doesn't matter anymore. And now we can do some civic actions. But we have to control the area, and there has to be police and troops. Basically, the only point where that is interesting is here. So we have to remove a terror marker here for 4 bucks. And then we can flip this to support for additional 4 bucks. That gives me then 2 more total support, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to count that now. Okay, well, 26th of July, they don't even control Sierra Maestra anymore, because they only have 2 pieces there, and so does the Directorio. So we will not see any agitation here. The backing may free rally. With neither active support nor active opposition nor control by any faction other than DR. Okay, I think what they're going to do now is they will actually place a base in Sierra Maestra. That then gives Sierra Maestra the control of this area back to 26 July, but right now that's no longer important, and they get an additional point for this base. Okay, now the game actually ends. Okay, let's count this all again. So we don't want to make any mistakes here. How many open casinos do we see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 open casinos. Okay. The DR controls 2 spaces with overall 3 population and has 4 bases. So that gives them 7 points. Well, the 26th July, they got 1, 2, 4, 5, support plus 2, it gives them 7. That's not really good. And I'm at 21. And now we gotta check here for the victory margin. The final propaganda round ends without a victory check win. The player with the highest victory margin wins. Victory margin, government, total support minus 18. Okay, so that means I got overall a victory margin of 3. 26th July, total opposition plus 6th July basis minus 15. So that's somewhere in the negatives. Directorio, DR controlled population plus Directorio basis minus 9. That's also not good enough. But now the interesting coin is this one. Lower of open casinos, -7, or syndicate resources, -30. The lower one is interesting here. Okay, let's see. So, open casinos -7, that would be -1. Or syndicate resources -30, that is 19. So I'm pretty sure it's about the casinos. So that's -1. So in the end, I would say I'm the winner here with 3 points, which is cool. Total support of 21, not so bad. Okay, a few words about that. It's a tough one. The coin series, I'm not absolutely sure what to think about it actually. I know it's very popular, many people love it. It looks definitely awesome. It looks fantastic. But it is pretty complicated if you play that solitaire. You always have to deal with the charts and with the rules, because you have to know all 4 factions' operations and special activities. Then there are always these exceptions here with the events. All this makes it quite fiddly actually. It seems a little simpler here than in Andean Abyss, simply because the map is smaller, so some things seem easier, but it's still damn fiddly. In addition, I got the feeling, if you haven't played that for a while, as I did, I played Andean Abyss maybe, I don't know, half a year ago the last time, maybe even longer. And since then I haven't played a coin game. It's hard to get back into the system. I mean, I really had to play a few turns. I played, before I did this playthrough, I played maybe 10 turns until the first propaganda phase. And then I felt a little more comfortable, and then I started again, and I started the playthrough then. And it still took me some turns until I had a feeling, hey, okay, this goes now a little smoother, and it doesn't take me, I don't know, 10 minutes or longer per card. And this game has a lot of cards, although it is shorter than Andean Abyss because it has less cards. It still is a damn long game. And I got a feeling that this is a game where it actually matters if you play it on camera or not. I think playing this game on camera makes it even harder because, you know, to do all these things in front of the camera and speaking some comments and then doing all that stuff and loading things up, interrupting the game, this really disturbs the flow of the game a lot. And especially in this game, I got a feeling that flow is extremely important. Once it's there, it is fun, no doubt here. And it's interesting to see how these patterns evolve and how the different units march and all these things that happen. That's really cool. But this is a little bit destroyed if you do that on camera, so that might maybe that is possibly a reason why it was partly hard work, you know, and not only joy. But it was a good game, and overall it's still a good game. I like it. I have to play these coin games more often. So yeah, I don't need that much time to get back into the rules and also into these flow charts and all these things. This is, yeah, it's not an easy task. But anyway, I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye.